Well, welcome to this edition of Nathbet.com, live from the sunny shores of La Jolla in San Diego. And if you followed our tip last week, our treble, then I'm sure you can use those winnings to fly yourself out here as soon as possible. We've got plenty more this week, and I think we're going to make you some very nice profits indeed. First of all, let me just say a couple of big offers on. Bet365 are giving you a 100% deposit bonus through Nathbet.com, which basically means any deposit you make for new account holders up to £100, they will match it for free. It's an absolute no-brainer. Get involved straight away at Nathbet.com. And the second one, for people who haven't taken it up already, Skybet. For new account holders, again, a free £10 bet. That's before you put any money into it whatsoever. You don't need to deposit any kind of money. Just for signing up, they will give you a free £10 bet. Okay. On to the safe double this week. Of course, we were so close last week. We were only 2 goals away from doing the sweep, the double, the treble and the fourfold. Let's hope that we can do that this week and make a clean sweep of the board. We start with 2 games in the Premier League for the safe double this week. The first one, Newcastle United play Norwich this weekend. If you caught the game on Monday night, the game against Everton, it was for me, it was the best game of the season. It was 2 good, honest, really hard-working sides who made a cracking 2-2 draw. And I think that even though Newcastle played tonight against Maritimo, they played virtually a reserve strength side. I think maybe the only person who might start on Saturday from that is Santon at left back. But apart from that, they rested all their big guns. I think we'll see Demba Ba partnered up front with Papa Cisse. And although they are on a little bit of short rest, I think there'll be too much at St James's Park for a Norwich side that are clearly struggling. They're available at 4-5. They're our first selection. The second one, another one who had a disappointing result in midweek and a draw last weekend, Manchester City. I fancy them to bounce back. They've got a difficult game, of course, at the Eastlands against Arsenal. Arsenal had a good win in midweek as well, away at Marseille. But I just think that they'll be too strong for them at home. Obviously, squad depth. I don't think tiredness will be a factor. Yes, they are missing Sami Nasri, but don't be fooled. Don't be surprised to see Sergio Aguero either start or come on from the bench. He'll be back ahead of schedule, and I fully expect him, along with the likes of Balotelli to Tevez, to cause Carl Jenkinson, Kieran Gibbs. There's question marks over Szczesny still. I think there'll just be too much, and I expect them to win by 2 or 3 goals. They're available at 4-5 as well, along with Newcastle. That is a 2.15 to 1 double with Paddy Power and Bet Victor. Okay, the treble, we take Newcastle again. I think it's a strong tip this week. So we're going to go with Newcastle as the first part of our treble, along with West Brom. Now, West Brom got beat, disappointing result away at Fulham 3-0, but we know what they can do at home under Steve Clarke. They've already beaten Liverpool, and the visit of Reading should not cause them any problems. Reading have been really poor. Spurs demolished them last weekend, and I think that on the road they've been as bad, if not worse, than they have been at home. West Brom 5-6, a good price. They've got some good run of games coming up. I think we could be tipping them quite a lot in the upcoming month. This is the first week. We tip West Brom at 5-6 to beat Reading. We're going to League 2 for the third bet of the treble, and we're going to Rochdale, who are at home at Scotland, to Dagenham and Redbridge. Now, Rochdale had a cracking win in midweek over Rotherham, are still favourites to go up this year, outright favourites at about 11-2. Rochdale at home, they're even money against a Dagenham and Redbridge side who only picked up 1 point away from home this season. I think evens is a really, really good price, and we're taking them. So the treble this week, Newcastle, West Brom and Rochdale are all available. That's a 5.8 to 1 treble with Bet Victor. I think it's a really good treble this week. Lump on, 1 point bet as normal, and let's use these profits in the next 3 or 4 weeks, and we can start making some bigger stakes. 2 points for the double, 1 point for the treble. Onto the fourfold, we take Manchester City, which we tipped in the double. We take them in the fourfold. We're going to the Championship. Birmingham City to beat Barnsley at 4-6. Birmingham had an excellent win against Bolton, who came through for us last week along with Burnley. We expect them to win again this week, Bolton, but Birmingham are the tip. Birmingham to beat Barnsley. Leroy Lita and Marlon King up front. The 2 ex-Middlesbrough boys are a really good partnership, and I think that they're going to be in very, very, very good spirits coming into the game at St Andrews. 4-6 is the price. It's a little bit skinny, but I think it's a home banker, so we're going to include them along with Manchester City. Swindon had a good win in midweek against Portsmouth. They're very good at home. They had a little bit of a wobble after an excellent start, where I think at home to Bournemouth at an evens price is too good to turn down. Paolo Di Canio have them fired up, and I think that that's the third bet this week. Even money about Swindon. So we have Swindon, we have Birmingham City, we have Manchester City, and the fourth bet to make up our fourfold is Rotherham, who I said obviously got beat to Rochdale in midweek, and we tipped in our treble, but I fancy them to come back strongly. They're away at Barnet. Now Barnet picked up 1 point all season. Rotherham is still a strong side. They're going to have a couple of bad results along the way, with midweek being one of them, but I think that this week, away at Barnet, who have just got 1 point all season, if they're going to get promoted this year, they need to go to places like that and win, and that's exactly what I expect them to do. They're available at even money, maybe 4 to 5 with some bookmakers. So just to recap for the fourfold, Rotherham, Swindon, Manchester City and Birmingham give us a 10.2 to 1 fourfold. I think that that's available with Coral. You might get a little bit less with the likes of Paddy Power, but Coral are probably the ones to go for if you want the actual maximum value. Okay guys, that's it for this week. I'm going to do a little bit of sunbathing for about half an hour, and then I'll be assessing some of the fixtures for next week and making you plenty more profits. At Nathbet.com, with little risk becomes great profits, and that's exactly what we're showing you in the first 4 weeks, and hopefully week 5 will be just as good. Alright guys, take care, see you soon, bye bye.